Hi, we're the Ohio guys on location at Anime Midwest in Chicago, Illinois. Today we're joined by Luci Christian. How are you doing, Lucy?
I am great. I'm doing awesome, and it's awesome to see you guys again.
Always fantastic to see you.
Thank you.
I think this is our 5th interview with you at this point.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that sounds about right.
Anyways, we're going to jump right into it this time.
Okay.
Full Metal Panic's back.
Yes.
What's it like being back on that?
Oh my gosh, how awesome. I mean, none of us wanted that show to end. I think the original is so fun, and then Fumofu gave us some time to just hang out in the comedy. And then Second Raid sort of returned to the seriousness of the show. But I think that show has such memorable characters that you just want more of it. And how amazing is it that after all of these years, there's a 4th season? It's just wild. So I think I feel just lucky to be a part of it. And so thankful to Funimation for working so hard. Hi, somebody's going to walk through. This is for you on TV. Just a day.
Okay.
Anyway, how cool they are for trying to get most of the original cast back. We're in a hotel, like in a hallway out there, just so you know what's going on here. This is how hard they work to bring you an interview.
That's
these
right.
guys. That's right. Exactly right.
Another fun one is a brand new one for High Dive, Devil's Line. What was it like doing the dubcast for that?
Oh, Vampire Love. It was great. And so great to be a part of Sentai's first simuldub experience. You know, everybody's just still figuring out how that works, and it's definitely a different timeline thing to keep in mind and various stuff. But so awesome. Kyle Jones did such a great job on that. I love working with him. And vampires are hot and fun, and we all know this. So yeah, I loved it.
Awesome. Another new one, Darling in the Franxx. What was it like working on that?
Oh, well, I'm just so glad I get to be on that. I mean, you know, I don't live in Dallas. I live in Houston, and that's where they're doing that simuldub. But I was called in. Cliff called me in for this character, for the princess. And man, what a character. I am so glad I get to be on that show, and just so glad to get to be such a strong, interesting character. I thought that was just a strong show all the way around.
And a little bit older one now, Bodacious Space Pirates. What was it like working on that?
Oh my gosh, that was fun. So that was with Chris Ayers, and he's one of my favorite directors to work with. He's just a blast, and he trusts his actors so well. He just is so trustworthy and trustful. And what I remember most about that is that we have these crazy deadlines, right? But I got super, super sick. And so I think that somewhere in that show, I was terribly worried about my voice. And Chris was like, you just sell it. It's fine. You're fine. And I was like, I'm going to trust you because you're my director. But I remember that happened in that show. We had a blast. We had a blast working on it. Who wouldn't? Who doesn't want to be a space pirate? Like, that's way better than being a high school student.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now. Come.
Being a space pirate is way cooler than pretty much anything.
Way.
Another show you worked on, Tokyo Magnitude 8.0. What was it like working on that?
Oh my gosh. Whoa, that is another oldie. Oldish. You know what? I thought that was a gorgeous show. I thought it was really well done and beautiful. Beautifully animated, and I thought it was great. I feel like a lot of things came out around the same time, and I don't know that title got a lot of love. I'm not sure if it did. But I remember when we did it, I felt really strongly about that show and strong about the performances in the show. I thought everybody did such a good job. I feel like maybe Matt Greenfield did that one. I think maybe he was the director of that. And he wasn't directing that much then, so it was amazing that he'd want to take the helm, you know.
Yeah, that one was definitely an emotional roller coaster of a show.
Oh my gosh, so much. And you know, natural disasters, it seems like they're happening more and more, and so I think that stuff is on our minds a lot. So.
Definitely is. Another one, a little bit older too, Super Gals. What was it like working on that?
Well, I love this show, and if you've never seen it, do yourself a favor and go get it. You have to sort of turn off your inner critic. I am not going to promise you that all those flaps look right. They probably do not. But we had so much fun, and it's such a weird little show. But everybody working on it loved it. Turf wars, girl fights, Shibuya shopping, and that's awesome. Awesome. Ron Kotobuki is one of my favorite characters to play, bar none. Just great. Great.
Definitely check that one out.
See? See, even the dudes here, like all of the dudes are like, yeah.
I've seen it. It's really good. Check it out, everyone.
It's super good. It's super good. And there are some wrong things in it. There are some wrong things. It's great though. That was a show that we did a lot of ad libs that made it into the show because we just wanted it to be funny. And I think it worked.
Oh, it definitely did. And last one, Lucy, Gotchamon crowds. What's it like working on that?
Wow. Gotchamon crowds was so interesting because we'd wrapped up Gotchamon years ago with Charlie Campbell. And to get to come back, Pie Man was so funny and fun to get to do. And adding new people to the cast like Jessica Calvello and various people was just so great. And it got a really good response. I think people really enjoyed it.
I think they did too as well.
Do you hear this? This is what happens when you film in a hallway in a convention center.
It's always a good time.
Really from now on, we film in hallways, you guys. From now on.
Exclusively.
That's right. That's right.
Do you have anything coming out soon that you want to talk about or can talk about?
I do. It was just announced. There's a little show called Made in Abyss, and it is a phenomenal show. And I get to play Reg, the robot boy, in this show. And I am super stoked about it. The performances in this show besides me, are so wonderful. I was just in love with everybody while I was recording. They were already in there, and it's so great. And the story is so good. Oh, and look! See? This is it!
This is the show.
This is me. This is me. And he's wonderful. And they're all wonderful. Brittany Karbowski especially is astounding in the show. She's just wonderful. So do yourself a favor, definitely, and buy that show. It is great. It's great.
I know, I can't wait for it.
Yay!
And lastly, is there any way for fans to contact you on social media?
You can contact me on social media. You can go to Twitter and find me at Luci, L-U-C-I, Loves Mike, M-I-C. And that's the best place. I'm also on Instagram, but that's different. It's like, that's not... But I post from Instagram instead of Twitter, so you can find me there. Luci Loves Mike. Yes. I also have a website that I sometimes go to. I'm bad about it, you guys. I have kids and stuff. But that's LuciChristian.com. It's super easy too. But you can go there too and send me stuff, and I will get it. Yeah.
Well, Lucy, it was awesome having you again.
Thank you. Thanks, you guys.
And we'll catch you next time.